welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do a ghost makeup tutorial. So I'm starting off with a thin layer of white face paint, and I'm going to apply that all over my face for now. And I'm applying that with a flat foundation brush. Next, I'm going to take a NYX Jumbo pen in Milk, and I'm going to use that to highlight the areas of my face that I want to be showing through the most. And I'm just blending that out with my finger. I'm also going to be lining the waterline of my eyes and the lids and blending that out with my finger as well. I'm going to set that with a translucent setting powder and a big round fluffy brush. Next, I'm moving on to contouring, and I'm using a contour palette. You can use a brown eyeshadow as well. And I'm going to be carving out the areas of my face where I would want it to appear sunken in. So that includes my cheeks, forehead, my chin, my jawline. Next, I'm taking this eyeshadow flat brush, and I'm going to begin to shape out your eye sockets. I'm going to carve those out and blend them in using that same contour powder. You're just going to want to go where your eye sockets would be and where your eyes would appear to be sunken in, like the biggest bags under your eyes that you have ever seen. And I also put that powder in my crease area to make my eyes look even more sunken in. So you're basically just going to want to look super tired and skull-like because you're a ghost. Okay, so now that eyes are done, I'm just going to go back to my cheeks and carve out the skull a little more with that same brush, and just going to give it a little more of a shadow. I went back and forth between my eyes and my cheeks to just make them contoured as possible and carved out. Then I went to the bridge of my nose and the sides of my nose, and I contoured those too. And on the bridge of my nose, I did it halfways because that's where your actual skull would end, right there. I'm just going to blend that up and around. Moving on to the teeth, I got a lip brush and I dipped into my NYX Jumbo pen in Milk, and I started to shape out the teeth. You don't have to make them too defined because they are just, you know, your ghost teeth and they're through your skin. And I found it easy to use a lip brush because it's basically the shape of the teeth that you're going to need. So now I'm going back with that same eyeshadow brush and that contour powder and going in between each tooth just to shade them in and give them more of a shape. And so they look more realistic. Now moving on to the brows, I'm taking a clean wispy brush and dipping into that white cream paint, and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyebrows. It doesn't have to be super neat because you're a ghost. And I'm also going to apply those on my lashes, my bottom and top lashes. And I applied some falsies and I put that stuff on the fake lashes as well. Moving down to the chest part, now this part is optional, but if you want to do it, go for it. I start off with a outline with white eyeliner and that same white face paint, and I'm just going to fill in my neck. I'm going to start to shape out the areas where I want my ribs to be showing. You're not doing a skeleton per se, you're just going to do an outline of where your bones would be exposed. Because you're dead, you're a ghost, you got mummy skin, you get the picture. I'm going in with that same eyeshadow brush and contour powder, and I'm going to begin to shade in the areas in between the bones. And you just want to blend that powder out. And I'm transitioning in between the darker and lighter shades of my contour powder palette. Now I'm taking a bigger blending brush and blending out a darker shade of the powder just to give it more dimension. Adding little details on the neck and blending that out as well. Then I'm just going to go over with some more face paint on the bone areas just to make them look a little more highlighted. And now that that's done, I'm taking a small detail brush and some black face paint, and I'm going to start to draw in the blouse. I decided to draw a little choker, and to make it look a little realistic, you just draw in a little bit of lace and the ribbon. You just want to make it look as realistic as possible. So if you want to look at a reference photo, you can. Then just adding the ribbon. I shaded that in and highlighted that as well. I already did half of the blouse right there, and I'm going to show you how to do the other half right now. I start with the ruffles with a flat brush, and I'm using white face paint. And you kind of just transition in between shorter and longer lengths of the ruffles. It doesn't have to be perfect because you have to always go back and make sure you're happy with your outcome. So now I'm going to fill in the blouse, and I'm doing it gray, and I'm just painting in between the ruffles. And you can add as much detail as you want to your blouse. I added these little lacy ruffles on the top. And now I'm going in between each section of the ruffles and outlining them. Now I'm going to contour my arms, and I'm using a gray eyeshadow and a round fluffy brush, and I'm just going to contour my chest and arms to make it look as I am just skin and bones. And you're just going to want to shade in a upside down U on each ruffle and blend it out as much as you can. Little parentheses, and it's pretty much, that's what it is. So now that that's done, I'm just going to put my contacts and wig, and I'm all set to go. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much.